welcome back. This is episode 2, M Avec du Cafe. This stands for Michaela.
Michaela,
hey. Hey, and Marshall, and we're here. And just to clarify, as we always do at the beginning of the podcast, because I am a curious person of the world, and I do like labels, though I understand labels can fuck you up too. So you got to be real careful with labels. But I like to just say off the top of the podcast, we like to talk about any kind of shit, usually political related. And I am a straight white male, 42 years old, raised primarily Catholic, largely from a French-speaking background in Louisiana, though I primarily just speak English. And Michaela
is a non-binary lesbian who grew up in Massachusetts and now lives in New Orleans. I was raised Catholic, and I'm 32 years old.
And so we have immediately something in common. We've been friends for, 6 or
7 years.
7 years. And I've lived with Michaela for a couple of years. Now I live by myself again. And so we know each other pretty well, but very hard issues come up, and we disagree a lot, and part of what we want to do is rock and roll, because we want to just be like, hey, most of these people on the left, or a bunch of them, are just fucking it up for everybody. I need to grow some nuts and just quit being...
Get some big dick energy about
Get some BDE, boy. Big dick energy in that ass. You know what I mean? Not in that ass, literally. I'm just using too much slang.
Yeah, no, there's been...
Non-binary is today's subject.
Yeah, so I recently, I officially came out as being non-binary. I had known this for a while. I think I had known this for a while. Because, I always struggled, too, with, and I never told many people this, but I did struggle with the fact that I thought I might be transgender for a while, because I liked guy shit. I wear guy clothes.
In my terminology, old school tomboy. Go ahead.
Yeah. But then I'm like, you know what? I don't mind having, I'm used to being a woman, and I'm used to, all the, the physical stuff. I don't feel, foreign in my body having to do things, but at the same time, I don't feel like female 100%. It's very strange, and I never really knew what it was. So it's nice that, that's the one nice thing about labels, is it's nice to be able to, have a name for how you feel. Instead of just I feel like, blah, blah, blah. I don't feel like I fall, I don't want to, have a sex change or anything. Although, due to current health issues I'm having, that might be inevitable. Not a sex change, but I very well might, lose my lady parts here soon.
Lose your lady parts.
So,
because of a surgery, because of a rare genetic disorder that one famous person has. Angelina Jolie or Tomb Raider, shout it out.
So
all day.
I'm trying. And if I end up having this, I have to have a few surgeries. They're elective, but they're preventative elective. So they're pretty much, you should. If you don't elect to have surgery, you're pretty much saying you'll get cancer at one point in your life. But I feel, I don't know, it's just always been one of those things, I always felt like I fell somewhere in the middle. I always felt like straight, I don't know how to describe it, and it's weird, and it's I'm 32, and I feel like I'm now coming to terms with this, because I was just so in denial for so long in my life, and I did.
Not in denial, but denial.
I did a lot of fucking drugs when I was younger, as a way to escape how I felt, and it was easy to do It was easy to do drugs and easy to avoid my sexuality, because I just did drugs. I was too fucked up to care about having sex. I don't know. I don't know. It's all fairly new to me, and the fact that I'm kind of owning this now, and it's.
Makes you a better person. Makes you a stronger person.
It does, but at the same time, it's I don't know how to explain this to my mom. It's gonna be weird for her. So, because she totally sees me as, and I am still her daughter. Like, I don't see how that's different, but it's just like, yeah, I'm like, I feel like I don't feel like a total girl, but I don't feel like I'm a boy. I feel like I fall somewhere in between.
Now, what I think about this is that it's what you're actually saying in a way is there are predetermined kind of that you were born into this world, right? You're born as a human being, and there are these sort of gender roles, these predetermined gender roles within the society within which you live, which is right now the United States culture.
Yes.
And Louisiana culture and your home culture of Massachusetts. And so far, you don't actually feel...
Well, New Orleans culture, too, because New Orleans is has one of the largest populations of LGBT people in the country. And I don't know if it still has this title, but it was at one point the highest population of transgender people in the country, too.
I've been living in the French Quarter for generations, and my father was transgender, and his father's father was transgender before him.
No, I mean, I'm not like, and that's the thing.
That's Bill Maher's jokes. I'm sorry.
I don't want to steal. I mean, that's the thing. I don't want to steal anybody's. And that's fucked up. Like, why should we act like we're stealing anybody's thunder? We're all in this together. Like, I'm not. I am who I am. It is what it is. Then I recently posted this picture of myself holding the non-binary flag, and my dog ended up photobombing it underneath. Like, he stuck his head under the flag and got in the picture, and I thought it was really cute, so I put it on this corgi website, because my dog's a corgi, and I got a lot of hate, and then I got people saying, because I put pronouns of like she and her in my comment, saying like his mom and blah blah blah, and people were giving me shit, saying, well, then you're not really non-binary if you're saying this. And it's like, I don't really, it's like, those have always been my pronouns, and it is what it is, and I don't take offense to that. I don't take offense to being like, I'm still a woman in a lot of, I don't know. This is something that I'm coming to terms with, like, and I've been thinking a lot. I've been thinking a lot about it. I've been talking to a therapist, and I talked to my psychiatrist about this, and by the way, for anybody saying I'm having for anyone thinking this is a mental disorder, it's not. I see a psychiatrist, I see a therapist, I am on medication, so... Yeah,
but you're not on medication for being non-binary?
No, but at the
same... You need to clarify to the listening audience of 5 million people this morning.
No, I'm okay. No, I'm on medication for depression, and I'm on mood stabilizers and antidepressants. But
which is a totally separate issue for another podcast, probably, I would think, unrelated in some ways to this conversation.
Let's just pick apart Michaela's life. Not horrible life, but life, yeah. But no, I mean, for people who say this is like a mental disorder and it needs to be treated, it's not. Like, this is who I am.
Gender dysphoria.
I don't have gender dysphoria.
Well, let's break that down. So...
I see gender as like a spectrum, like sexuality. That's like people saying...
What does dysphoria mean? Define dysphoria.
Well, I know what that...
Look, where's your phone? Look, my phone's recording this. Look up dysphoria.
I need to get a better mic for this. I'm a sound person, by the way. I work in the film industry as a sound person. But yeah, no, see, because gender dysphoria is so connected with transgender people, not non-binary people, and non-binary people are different. Like, not everything falls into one category, and I feel like people make that mistake. Just like people say, well, how can somebody be pansexual and bisexual? They are two separate things.
Well, hold up. So, I think that you're... Again, and you tend to agree with me, is that you're talking about culture here.
Yeah.
You're not talking about how you, like, biologically feel per se. I mean, do you biologically feel... This is all mental for social constructs and culture. These are imaginary ideas that people have made up over thousands of years, whatever it is. with certain nuances of worldviews mixed with language, outlook, life ways of living, music, has brought you great uncomfortability and great confusion, and to be born and to not be a part of, not to feel like that doesn't make sense to you. It just didn't make sense. So in your world, and your like, be born again right now, magically, boop, you're born on a new planet. So describe the perfect scenario of like, oh yeah, it's like cool, whatever you are, it's fine. Like, who's gonna fix the truck and mow the grass, you know? Versus who's gonna be washing dishes. Like, is it all just whatever?
I mean, just who in a free country, you should be able to be whoever you want, do whatever you want with your body, as long as it's not hurting anybody else. You should be able to have psychoactive control of yourself, which is your brain, and that's why I believe drugs should be legal. Like, all drugs should be legal, because when
all drugs should be legal.
Because when you're talking about freedom of your mind, you know.
All drugs
in a free country, you should have the right to put whatever you want into your own body.
Assisted suicide should be totally legal.
Yeah, but this is getting off topic, but
oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's taken a long time for me to, like, even... It took a long time for me. I didn't come out of the closet as gay until I was 20, almost 22. I wasn't 22 yet.
Do you see the culture that you live in now, which is New Orleans, Louisiana? There's this... Do you see this as an island in a sea of red Republican conservatism?
Yeah, actually, somebody put it on Facebook after that heartbeat bill bullshit passed, and they were like, it's the greatest city in the worst state in the country.
Yes.
And it's like, yeah, it's really true. I mean, it's so crazy to be in this. It's like what I've heard. It's like Austin, Texas is similar to, like, Austin's like this amazing city, and it's just like it's stuck in the middle of fucking Texas.
Yeah.
So
it's almost like Austin and New Orleans should border each other and make a giant, you know, a
giant liberal umbrella.
Yeah, New Australian. But anyway, so back to topic here. So here you are, and you got this photo, and people were saying, okay, first of all, I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about. So they were upset, and you had put something in the comments. Describe.
Or I put it in the caption saying, like, oh, you know, Bernie's proud of his... What did I say? I can't even remember what I put. Something about, like, his mom. Whatever. And they were like, oh, mom, her, those aren't... That's the most non-binary thing I've ever heard.
Who would
pick that
Who
apart?
would pick that and write that on the internet when it's a goddamn picture about a fucking flag and a corgi? Like...
It's a picture of a corgi photobombing a flag. Like, he's underneath. That's the whole point.
What is wrong with... I cannot... Even if I go... Okay, I'm going to reveal to the audience now. That because I was raised from these cultures, I can go right into racist, redneck, fucking Fox News loving mode right now. And I still cannot find how that makes sense. But
see, no, this girl and the woman who said that on the comments, see, that's the thing. That's not some crazy conservative shit. That's some nonsense within the LGBT community.
That's what it sounds like.
Well, yeah.
Inner turmoil.
Well, no, and see, that's the thing. It's bullshit, because it's like, look, we're all in this together. We're only a 10% part of the population in general. So it's like, the last thing we should be doing is fighting between ourselves. Like, there's always been...
But okay, let's put our brains...
let me finish. So what I was saying, so, like, there's always been, like, fighting in between, like, lesbians for the longest time. They do not like trans women. They do not see trans women as women. That's always been, like, a huge thing. Bisexuals get a lot of shit, too, because people say, like, you know, one of my friends said... You know, it sucks being bisexual because I feel like people don't see me as, you know, gay people don't see me as gay enough, and straight people don't see me as straight enough. So, and
just like
bisexual people count for the largest percentage of the LGBT community too, and they have the best flag.
What is this 10% you quoted earlier?
10% of the population is homosexual.
I thought it'd be way more than that.
No, 10%.
Of the Earth's population?
Of the Earth's population, yeah. 1 in 10 people.
Only 1 in 10?
Statistically, 1 in 10 people are gay.
3 in 10 or some shit. Oh, wow.
It's
I've been living in New Orleans too long. I'm
we've been living in a place with too many gays for too long. It's like living in the fucking Castro.
I thought it was a lot. I thought it was like major.
Yeah, it's 10%. But yeah, I mean
10%.
So, but that's the thing. It's stupid to have this sort of bullshit fighting, and you know, I should be able to use whatever fucking pronouns I want. I mean, if I want to call myself a fish, I should be able to do that. Who cares?
So let's take our brains out of ourselves and soak it not in the racist red redneck, but the opposite. Let's go super left. All right, let's put your brain in a bowl of liquid leftism and soak it in like a sponge, and let's think about why someone would type that. So if we're on the left, and particularly you're thinking lesbians might have written this?
I don't know who wrote it. That's the thing. It's like, I don't know if she was a lesbian. I think she just seemed like
it was a woman writing it?
It was a woman writing that. It seemed like just some self-righteous moron. I mean, and this, well, here's the thing about this too. Okay. I haven't even gotten to the best part of this whole post thing, because this turned into like it turned
right, let me get a touch more coffee.
I didn't make it political at all. Like, it was just like, oh, my dog's photobombing my picture. I just came out as this, like, I just made this really public. And, you know, kind of coming to terms with it, because I always just like, I'm a butchy lesbian. It's like, no, but I'm not a butchy lesbian. That's not how I feel. That's not how I identify. I don't identify with those women at all. Like...
You seem to me to not have any particular identification. Like, you just seem to be floating in the ether world of like, bitch, I'm just a general human being.
I'm a human being. Like, I don't, you know. But
now you are identified as one who works in the sound department, and you are one who,
biologically, I'm a woman. I mean, I go see a gynecologist.
I see you as more a woman.
Yeah, I go see a gynecologist. I have periods. Like, I'm not gonna like. I'm a woman, like, biologically.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, it would fuck me up if you were like, Marshall, I need you to refer to me as he from here on out. I would not. I'd like, okay, you know why? That's an issue.
No,
it's not that it's too hard on me, or if you're some redneck and your friend's like, I need you to refer to me as a woman now, Timmy. Oh, what do you mean? You're a man. You're a man. I don't like all that faggot shit. You know, even putting your brain into that mindset, like the issue is that it forces somebody who's your friend or somebody you love or somebody, you know, that as your friend, that you have to reinterpret who they are.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why it's like...
And it's fucking weird. It's like, I am not who... It's like if somebody came out and was like, I am not just Clark Kent. I am Superman. It's like, God damn, you done fucked up our whole friendship.
Well...
You know
no, and that's why it's the only thing that makes me... talking to my mom about this is going to be... That's why I have to talk to her about it when I see her. I can't just do it over the phone. Although I did come out to my mom over the telephone, like saying I was gay. But, whatever.
Because he and she are just words. But what you're asking somebody to do if you were to set... I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. Like, I'm talking about somebody else who's like that. Like, changes. And I also feel this. I'm very judgy if somebody... Okay, for instance, somebody who is having hormone... whatever to
hormone
change
hormone
replacement therapy, and they wanted to ask to be changed gender, and I didn't know them that well. I mean, you just whatever you want, because they're actually fucking walking the walk. Now, some fucking little 20-year-old college, I just dyed my hair purple and red, and I am actually a boy now. Like, bitch, fuck you. When you start actually, they're just doing that to be cool or to feel different. I think a lot of the times. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe I could be wrong.
No. People don't just, and that's the biggest thing too. It's like people don't just decide one day, hey, guess what? I'm this way. It's like, it's a lot of inner turmoil. It's a lot of it's a lot of art, you know, you deal with a lot of internal conflict in your mind, like all the time. But like that's the thing. Like I would never want to take hormones. I don't want a dick. I like my vagina, and I like having soft facial skin. I like kissing soft facial skin. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want any of that. Like, yes. Put it this way: if I have to get a preventative mastectomy, I won't reconstruct. And it's not even because I want boobs. I mean, I've already had a reduction. Jeez, I feel
Michaela used to have grand titons.
I still do. And everybody in my mom's family, everybody that got them didn't want them. So, but I wouldn't go for reconstruction. It's not because of a cosmetic thing. It's because I don't really. I've dealt with having a large chest for a long time, my whole life. So it's like I just get rid of them, and I wouldn't want to have reconstruction because it's just more surgery. And any abdominal surgery fucking sucks. Core surgery, because you can't do anything. Like, you literally,
Now, you're welcoming these tough changes in your life, and these, like, fucked up, you got this gene issue and all this shit, and mastectomy. Now, you're going to end up, you actually told me earlier, is this true, that you'll end up, after you have your mastectomy, feeling more appropriate to how you feel.
Yeah.
Like it's a strange twist of fortune out of the darkness kind of thing, right?
Well, yeah, and I don't have to. Well, and if I don't have the gene, obviously, I'm not going to get a mastectomy. Because I'm not going to have surgery I don't need. That's ridiculous. And I'm not. I have no interest in taking hormone replacement or anything like that. Screw that. I watched. I watched my mom do that my whole life.
I have asthma. Sorry, I don't smoke cigarettes.
Because my mom, my mom had problems and had to have all her lady bits removed when I was a kid. So I've seen what it's like for people to be on hormone replacement, and it just it sucks.
So that sucks. And then also to end off this podcast about this is that. So you.
Oh, I need to tell you. You know what? Before this ends, I need to talk about the how that Facebook group ended.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite part. That's what I want to hear about.
So and this is funny too, because I ended up with a few new friends that online friends, but friends that just friended me because they're like, I feel like we've bonded over these people's idiocy. People and that's the cool thing.
Was it just really one woman saying this, or
no,
was there?
It was a few, and then
a few is in. Give me a number, like 3 people.
A lot more. The group.
That much hate.
I think the group has what was it, 100,000 members in it?
Oh my God, you got that much hate?
No, not. I'm saying the group as a whole is has
right.
100,000.
But I mean, how many people were saying?
How many people commented on the picture? Probably
that were negative
against me. Probably 60, 65.
Holy shit! Now, what about these new friends? How many new friends?
5.
Okay, so you lost 60 shitholes.
Well, I didn't lose them as friends. They weren't friends.
And you gained 10 Tetons because 5 people, 2 titties.
Well, they weren't. And the thing is, too, I'm not friends with every group person in this group.
But they can comment if you put it in a group.
Yeah. So
therefore, it is like being friends about that.
So.
But explain.
So, anyways, the post ended up. The administration shut the comments off because it turned into political nonsense. People just made it all political and
but the picture's still there?
Nope. Then the picture was removed.
Oh my God.
And then people were calling out, that's how in a couple, one of the girls who friended me was like, I called out the administration because that's nonsense. Why would they remove that?
You didn't
picture?
do anything.
I didn't do anything. I just posted a picture. And it turned everybody out. The comments fucked it up for everybody, as they always do. It turned into this giant political nonsense. And so anyways, it turned into this thing of this is funny. It turned into this thing of people posting other shit up on this site. Somebody posted, and it was interesting too, because, I don't know, it's just interesting because you see the people that actually support your community, you and your community, and you just see this, and then you see everybody else. And somebody posted when did this become a pride group? Blah blah blah, and everybody's like, well, it is Pride Month, and whatever. And that turned into a big thing. Comment got deleted. Somebody posted up, and then somebody posted up their corgi in a Make America Great Again hat and put it up there.
God damn.
Like, really trying to start some shit. And the funny thing, too, is the person that put that up there wasn't even from this country. They were from fucking France. What the hell? I mean, it was clearly bait to, like, get more people to fucking, you know.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that this has happened.
So it turned... And this is all, by the way, a group called Approving Corgis. Like, it's supposed to be about dogs. And
now,
that's all I did.
Originally, you weren't taking that picture to put in that group. You were just trying to take a picture of the flag to put on whatever, Facebook or Instagram, right?
Actually, I think I was going to send that picture to you because it was like, you're into flags. And I was like, hey, look at my new flag.
Yeah. They contain lots of information in a slightly artistic quality, an artistic format.
But yeah, so he photobombed it, and I thought it was cute and funny. And actually, I didn't even put
So it was an afterthought to post it to the Corgi group.
Yeah.
Because he photobombed it.
Yeah, and it's like, I wasn't even thinking, I was like, look.
He popped up when I said that.
I wasn't even thinking about,
You photobombing, ball.
I'm not trying to be political at all.
Yeah, he's coming over here, I'm sorry.
I'm not trying to be political at all. I was just posting a cute picture of my dog. And everybody made it political. I mean, put it this way. And I thought about this, like, I'd be damned if I do, damned if I don't. Because if I didn't say it was the non-binary flag, people would ask me what the flag was. People would say in the comments, what's that flag?
You could just say, hey, look at my new blanket.
But when I said it's a non-binary flag, people are like, why are you bringing politics into a fucking corgi group? It's like, well, I'm not putting politics into it. I'm showing a picture of my dog getting into it.
Well, let's think about this from the other side. Now, what about somebody went in the corgi group and posted, like you said, Make America Great Again hat on their corgi? Just out of nowhere now.
Yeah, but that was bait.
What do you think about that?
Up.
That is a political message.
It's a political message, but at the same time, I just put corgi photobomb,
But you know what's weird is that these, like, flags of whatever sexuality of people's sexual or how they identify aren't actually political. They are social expressivity of individual. So
they're pride flags. That's why
pride flags, and they're about people. It would be kind of like, let's make a flag about the cactus growers of America because we love growing wild cacti in our yards and developing new genes for plants. So they make their own flag. That is not political. So somebody posting Make America Great Again hat is directly political.
Yes.
And that would be on equivalency from Fox News Republicans if somebody posted up a picture of their cat, Blue, stronger together with a picture of Hillary. That would also be, I would find to be equally politically distasteful. Of like, don't use your pets for politics. Use your pets for other shit. Politics is very divisive and it causes people. Just don't do it. This is about dogs. Just
Yeah.
I would just think in general you should avoid politics. But a flag of, say, the cactus growers of the United States or people's how they identify their role of this world and this culture that they're in with their gender roles or how they identify sexually is not inherently political. It's humanist and it's social, and therefore I think judging from a neutral perspective that you are perfectly in the right, and that these people with their onslaught of bullshit totally ruined what was probably a very cute picture.
Yeah, that got, like, people, because I have the only Instagram account I have is for my dog. And it's, like, it got a lot of likes on there. And, it, like, people, like, my friends liked it. It was just this group, like, because you have all those random assholes on those groups. So that's what you get. Which I guess it was my fault but it was like, I just thought it was a cute picture. Like, what if I was holding, And actually, maybe that's the next flag I'll get hanging here is the world's flag. What if I was hanging, like, holding onto a flag of,
That's also non-political. Like,
exactly.
What do you mean? Like the Olympics? The flag of the Olympics?
There's a flag for the world. That somebody made a flag for
like people of the world or the earth?
The earth, yeah.
Yeah. That's not political. That's just a statement of reality.
Exactly. So it's like... and
political would be putting the donkey.
And it's
or
Pride.
The elephant.
And it's Pride Month. Who gives a shit? I'm like...
even putting marijuana. A marijuana plant in the background with your pet is not political.
That'd be like somebody calling out a black person during Black History Month for, like, holding a Nigerian flag and their dog, like, photobombed it. Or whatever, some African country or, whatever. But it's like the same, I don't know, it's just stupid to me.
Now,
same thing with, like, okay.
You know what else is perfectly acceptable? The American flag with your pet. That's not political. That's just our nation. That's our fucking goddamn flag in our goddamn United States.
It's like, yeah, I'm American. I'm holding an American flag.
You should be able to fucking...
binary. I'm holding a non-binary flag. Or somebody saying I'm bisexual. I'm holding the bisexual flag. Or I'm transgender.
You could hold the motherfucking flag of Louisiana. And
I could hold the flag of New Orleans.
Flag of New Orleans and the transgender flag and still not be political. But Make America Great is political.
Yeah, because it's...
just like supporting burning. Somebody putting... I'm sorry. I mean, I know it's fun to put burning and shit, but, like, I would say keep that out of it. If it's in the background or something, fine. But if it's like, you're putting on a hat, you got to be fair to all politics.
Well, if we're getting political, my dog is named Bernie after Bernie Sanders, so...
well, then you get a pass because it's making a pun on his name, then I guess you could say.
Yeah, and I couldn't see my dog being anything but...
but you don't sit there and put Bernie fucking...
No.
That's distasteful. Why would you do that? And why would you even, like,
No, I don't bring my politics into it at all. I was just like, look, I was just showing a funny picture that my dog had to get in the picture for.
In a non-political symbol.
In, like, a totally accidental, cute way. It wasn't like I was trying to get Bernie to pose with me in the flag. No, it's just also stupid.
So, right now we're trying to call out the left. And the reason we're trying to call out the left is because we are part of the left.
What?
And our fellow brothers and sisters is messing it up for everybody, and they need to clean it up. And part of it is stop this weak ass pussy dumb shit trying to be all this and that. If you're real, you're real, and be it, walk it. And there ain't just no more talking it. Talking it is posting on Facebook. Walking it is going to vote. Go fucking vote, you pieces of shit. You fucking go get out, especially you young people. What's the earliest voter age? 18?
18.
18 to 25, you piece of shit.
Although not to get political, but I do agree.
I apologize for that comment.
I agree with... Bernie Sanders said this recently, and it makes a whole lot of sense. Like, you should just be automatically registered to vote when you turn 18. Like, you shouldn't have to go through the process of registering. You should just be able to go and vote.
And they need...
like, you can just go and buy a pack. Like, well, not every state now, but...
they need to have government money allotted to, like, just the promotion of voting, not to any political party. Just being like, hey, if you show up at the voting booth, there's free...
yeah, because we need...
food or something
because it's stupid and we need incentives. Like...
people have lost, they're apathetic and stuck in... I'm not going to lie, I play video games too, So, video games and television... being able to sit at home in isolation, anything that promotes that is a general malaise across the land.
Yeah,
sort of a general malaise.
Yeah, but I always argue that I work in the TV and film industry, so me being a couch potato is actually career relevant for me. Being a couch potato as a kid.
Well, you are kind of like you're more of an expert in films than I am. Like, you know about more films.
Yeah.
And I'm a filmmaker and a story person and I work on animation. But you have a much faster knowledge of films. And so often Michaela sort of tailor makes, like, you should watch this,
yeah, I mean, and that's the thing I thought about.
I'm so close-minded. I only watch one movie every month, maybe.
I thought about, the other job I've thought about doing in my life is being like an archivist of movies, which I think would be really cool. Studios do hire people to do that. But yeah, no, it's So, but yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I just thought it was really silly, and I'm, you know, I guess it's going to be an uphill battle. I feel like I'm really lucky that I work in an industry that not only doesn't care about any of this, but supports it and encourages it. And I'm very, very fortunate for that. I mean, I think that was always a reason I kind of got into this industry in the first place, or entertainment in general, because I knew they didn't give a shit about lifestyle at all.
It is true. Working in the film industry is like
entertainment.
75% left to very left.
Yeah, any type of entertainment, not even just political, but it's like, can you imagine Broadway without gay guys? Like, it's the same thing.
It would cease to exist.
Yeah. Like, it's like entertainment in general. Is
like the sunlight hitting those vampires in the movie Blade. Thanks for tuning in.
That's all we have time.
M Avec du Cafe. Yep, day's got to get started.
Peace out.
Oh, boy.